Alliances invited. Time and tide wait for no one. This is really true. A quarter of a century ago, we used to attend our friends' weddings. Now we attend their children's weddings. I attended Vani's marriage. Her mother Vanita is a friend of mine. I distinctly remember Vanita's own wedding. Her marriage was finalized through an advertisement placed by her father in the matrimonial column of the Hindu. 30 years ago. Matrimonial advertisements were something new in those days. Normally, matches were made through personal contacts. Advertising in a paper was the last resort. Vanita was a tall girl. Finding a boy taller than her in our small circle was not easy, so her father had to resort to advertising. I still remember the advertisement. Alliance invited for a tall 24-year from a traditional family, Samartha Athreya Gotra. Ashwini Nakshatra Prathama Charana girl. A commerce graduate, bank employee, knows all household work, excellent in a joint family, ready to work or stay at home after marriage. Knows good embroidery and knitting. Tall grooms aged 29 years to 34 years. Above 5.8 inches. From the same community with horoscope through their parents from good family should apply. Groom should be at least a graduate, working in bank, government job or public sector is preferable. A good wedding is assured. Apply to box number. Vanita got a husband who was working as an engineer in a public sector company. He was from a joint family and belonged to the same community. Her father-in-law demanded 20 sovereigns of gold, 5 silk saris, a suit for the boy, to and fro bus charges for the entire marriage party, and a good 3-day wedding. Though it was difficult for them, Vanita's family agreed. The wedding preparations were enormous and time-consuming. As she was the first girl in our group to get married, we too were involved in the preparations. We accompanied her to select saris and jewelry. Elders at home were busy arranging for cooks and varieties of sweets. Now, years later, at the wedding lunch of Vanita's daughter, I saw the new couple, Vani and her husband, happily chatting away as if they had known each other for a long time. Caterers were very busy arranging different kinds of food, tired but happy. Vanita came and sat next to me. My mind went back to the days of Vanita's wedding. Because I knew all the details of her marriage and because her daughter's marriage had happened so suddenly, I asked for details. Vanita smiled and replied, "Oh, it was just like mine. An advertisement in the Hindu matrimonial column, but the kind of ad was different. It was a hot May day, wiping the perspiration with her silk sari. Vanita opened her purse and showed me the paper cutting. She said, "I'm going to attach this to Vani's wedding album." I read the ad, Alliance invited for a smart, slim, fair, 22-year-old software engineer from a modern family, preferring to stay overseas. The girl is convent educated and prefers nuclear family, outgoing and karate black belt. Enjoys western music and traveling. Handsome boys between 22 to 25 years, well connected, well settled, preferably a software MNC, small family, can apply directly. Horoscope not needed, caste no bar. Vanita then explained how her daughter's marriage had been fixed in a week's time, without hassle or tension. Vani received about 100 applications from all over, but only 5 were shortlisted. She met all the 5 boys separately. 2 did not approve of her and she did not like another 2. Thus, the final choice was made. This boy was working in the US as a software engineer. Vani's passport had been readied when she was in her final year. She had got a job in a software company. She knew that she had to marry soon, so she learned driving, swimming, aerobics, nutrition, and diet. Does she know cooking? I asked, since Vani was going to live abroad. Not needed, but she knows how to make pasta, soup, noodles, and pizzas. Anyway, the market is flooded with ready to use mixes. She can manage the kitchen with all these things. Did you buy a lot of jewelry and sarees? No. Nowadays, the in laws don't demand jewelry or a dowry. Instead, they want the first time airfare to the US for the bride. My daughter does not want to buy many saris either. She hardly wears them and feels it will be a waste. So she bought just 2 saris, 6 salwar kameez sets, and 10 sets of western clothes, which are more useful to her, and we made lightweight jewelry. I was amazed at how times have changed. Traditional matrimonial columns show the change even in arranged marriages. Change is very essential in life. Depending on the circumstances, rituals and people change. Is it not true that nothing is constant in life except change?